Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a demo type of video. It's also going to be like mini reviews on this. These are the new Bold Metals collection by Real Techniques. They came out with brand new brushes and I have all of them to share with you guys today. This video, you guys know, I never lie to you guys, this video is sponsored by Ulta. I want to just flat out say that. I want to make it a point in any video that I ever do. I don't do a lot of sponsored videos at all actually, but whenever I do, I want to make it very clear. This video is a collaboration with Ulta. They actually reached out to me and asked me if I would like to demo these in a video. And I was really excited because if you follow me on Twitter, which you should, but if you follow me on Twitter, I tweeted, like when I first heard about these brushes, I tweeted, I was like, I don't care how much they are, I am buying those Real Techniques brushes. So I was planning on getting these anyway. So when I received that email from Ulta asking me if I wanted to demo these brushes, I was really excited. You guys know how I am, and I would only do a sponsored video if I believed in the product. And I am a big fan of Real Techniques alone. As you can see, I keep all of my Real Techniques brushes in this cup right here. These are their original brushes. I've purchased all of these myself. So that is what this video will be today. I will give you my thoughts on them, and they will be my 100% honest opinions, because you know that's how I roll. So yeah, they are dirty because I just use them on my face, but I will insert clips of them clean, you know, because they're a little dirty. So there's a lot of controversy going around with these brushes, and I will tell you my thoughts and kind of like, I'll just give you some info on them. These are what the brushes look like. Like I said, they're from Real Techniques, and they are exclusively at Ulta. I'm not exactly sure if they have them on the Real Techniques website, but I know that they are Ulta specifically. There are 7 brushes in the collection. You get 2 gold ones. These gold ones are called the base brushes. I have 2 brushes for your base. For your base. And then these 2 are the rose gold ones, and these are called their finishing brushes. And then you have 3 silver brushes, and these are their eye brushes. I will do close-ups, I will zoom in, I'll do all that for you. And I love the packaging, or like the type of brush. These are pretty pricey brushes. They're around the same price as like MAC and stuff, which is very rare for Real Techniques because they are an affordable brush brand. But I actually was doing a lot of research before this video, and I was watching their channel. By the way, if you don't know, Real Techniques is a brand owned by the Pixie Woo sisters, and I've been watching them on YouTube for years. They're probably one of my favorite YouTubers, hands down. They're like amazing makeup artists. It took them a really long time to come up with these brushes, and these are like their luxurious brushes. They have the original ones that look like this, and they're the best for the price. These are amazing, and so they decided to come out with a more luxurious line. Now a lot of people are like, oh, that's kind of pricey for Real Techniques, but it's their luxurious type of brushes, if that makes any sense. That's like if right now MAC came out with a line of brushes that were more affordable. These are their luxury brushes, and they definitely feel luxurious. You grab those and they're great quality, they're amazing, they don't shed, they're fantastic. And then you grab these and they're heavy, they're very like, you could tell like a lot of money was put into these brushes, and they're just like beautiful. And what's crazy is that when I received this in the mail, I first took it out of the box, I was like, whoa, these are heavy. I thought it was just gonna be like empty on the inside, like if you were gonna tap, ow, that hurt. Like if you were gonna like flick your finger and you were gonna hear that like hollowness, like it was completely empty on the inside, but that is not the case. They feel very heavy, especially this one right here. They feel so heavy. They feel so well made, guys. And I'm being 100% with you. They feel very well made. So I'm quickly gonna just touch base on the packaging. The rose gold ones are my favorite. I think they're beautiful, but I really love the gold ones as well. What's really nice about these brushes from Real Techniques is that, if you can tell, the original gold ones have yellow hair coming out at the bottom, like it starts to fade into like from yellow to white to match the gold. The rose gold has pink, and it starts to fade from pink to white to match the rose gold, and then the same with the silver. It goes from like a gray to white, and I think that's such a beautiful little touch. These are definitely brushes that look fancy and look nice. Another great thing about these brushes is that they're designed kind of like diamonds. I don't know if you can tell, they have like sides. It's not a brush that's completely round. For example, this brush is a round, like most brushes. They're round. You put them on the table and it, you know, it glides. These brushes, the way that their bodies are, they don't go anywhere. And the Pixie Woo sisters purposely made them like this so that you could put your brush on a vanity and that it wouldn't roll off, which is kind of like a dumb little thing, but it's actually really cute that they did that. Okay, now, so in terms of quality, these brushes are incredibly soft. This is the softest one, and it's just like, they're all really soft, but this has the most hair, so. Oh, it's so soft. They are just a little bit softer than these, and these are already soft, but they are softer than those. Now, what's cool about these brushes is that every single brush is tapered, like on the sides. It goes from like short to long. They're tapered like this so that they can mimic real hair, like brushes with real hair, but all of these brushes are synthetic, which is really important for a lot of people. Some people only have or only buy synthetic brushes, and these are all synthetic. Every single one is synthetic, but the way that it's cut and the way that it feels, they tried to mimic real hair. And in one of the videos that I was watching, the Pixie Woo sisters said that they're not only glued into the barrel, but they're tied as well so that it won't shed. It won't shed. Okay, so with that being said, I will go through each brush, tell you my thoughts, and demo them for you. So let's get started. I'm gonna start off with the base brushes. The base brushes are these two gold ones. Now, I don't have a demo for you for this one because I just don't exactly know how to use it yet. This is the 101 triangle foundation brush. It has the number at the back, 101. Now, I saw one of the Pixie Woo sisters demoing this, and it looked like it would apply your foundation really nicely, but I am not used to a brush like this for foundation personally. I like a buffer or a sponge. Most of the time, I really like sponges with my foundation, so I didn't really know how I would use this. It is a really cool concept. It's a triangle kind of thing. So the way that she used it, she painted it on her face and then flipped it to get the triangle right, you know, in these parts, but this is the only brush that I'm like, I don't get it. I'm being completely honest with you guys. You know, I don't lie. So this one, I'm like, how am I gonna use this? I don't know. This brush retails for, I have the prices right in front of me. This brush retails for $23.99. Now, like I said, these are expensive brushes because they're luxury brushes. And I'm not lying, guys. These feel like luxury. This next one, I love to death. This is the 100 Arched Powder Brush. This is the softest brush ever. It's amazing, and this is perfect for setting your face because it's so big, but it's a paddle style brush, which is my favorite. I don't typically love brushes that are powder brushes that are big and fluffy all around because I feel like you could only use them for powder. But this, you just lay it flat on your face, you could set your foundation, and you could use this for bronzer. That is what I used it for today. Because it is tapered, as you can see, it's like a paddle. It's tapered like this. This is perfect to get right into your cheeks to give you like a very soft contour. I wouldn't say this is a contouring brush by any means because it is big and fluffy, but I just bronzed my face with it really nicely. I used my Jane Cosmetics bronzer to do that. It's a warm product, but I wasn't trying to contour or anything, and I feel like it distributed the product nicely. What I love about this brush is that it's not super dense, and I love that. I don't know if you can tell, but when you look, you see like it's not dense, so it blends the product really nicely. I highly recommend this one. This one is $25.99 and worth the $26 in my opinion. Okay, so let's talk about the rose gold brushes, which in my opinion are the prettiest to look at. And these are their finishing brushes, that's what they call them. So this one right here is number 301, and this is their flat contour brush. Now, I really like this. I'm gonna be completely honest, when I got this in the mail, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like this. This is way too dense. Like when you see it, it's not like the NARS Ita brush that's really soft and fluffy. I don't have that one because that's expensive. But this doesn't feel like that. This is a very densely packed brush. So I was like, I don't know. But I used it today for cream contouring. Now, cream contour is something that I've always kind of struggled with a little bit because it is harder to do. In my opinion, I feel like cream contouring is a little bit harder to blend with just any brush. So I used it today. I actually just used my Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This is the stick one. I used this and I drew it on my face, and then I started to buff it out with this brush, and I was pleasantly surprised to see how easy it blends out cream products. So this is perfect for cream contouring because it is so dense. I don't know, I haven't used it with a powder contour. It might work like that perfectly fine to just contour your face with a powder with this as well, but I find that because it's so dense, it blends out cream flawlessly on the skin, and I get the most natural cream contour ever. Even though the brush is very densely packed, the hairs are super incredibly baby soft. So don't think that because it's dense it's like rough on the skin. It's not, it's very soft. You know, because it is so dense, this might also be great to put on your foundation, like to get into the nooks and crannies and like buff it, because it's you know, it's dense, and it would buff the foundation really nicely and get like right in here and in between my forehead. I think I'm onto something. This retails for $25.99. Okay, so the second brush in this little rose gold line, this is the number 300, and this is their tapered blush brush. What? No, their tapered blush brush. Okay, this is my favorite brush. Hands down, guys, if you are going to pick up any brush, or any two brushes, but if you're going to pick up any brush out of this whole collection, I highly recommend going with this one. This does so many things. Talk about a real multitasker, I promise you. I used this today for my under eye concealer. So I grabbed my Maybelline Fit Me. This isn't sponsored by Maybelline. I just really like my Maybelline products. So I just grabbed like my Maybelline Fit Me and I dotted it. Can I speak today? I put it all over my under eyes, highlighted with it as well. Did all that stuff, and then I took my brush and I started to blend it really nicely onto my face. What I love about this brush is that it's tapered to kind of like a point. It's also in that paddle style. It's a paddle style brush, but it tapers to like a really nice point, and that point gets really close underneath your eyes. And then I kind of just cleaned it off on a like a spot cleaning kind of thing. I did a quick spot cleaning, and then I applied some powder underneath my eyes. I just dabbed it into my powder and I set my under eye concealer with this, and of course because of the shape it sets my under eye concealer really nicely. You know, it's a great little brush. This is also amazing to contour with. I didn't use it in the demo, but I've used it to contour since I got it with powder contour, and it's so nice because it's so like tapered and perfect. This little thing right here gets so perfect into the hollows of your cheekbone. This is an amazing contour brush. Not only that, I mean, this does say it's a blush brush. I didn't put on blush today, and it's too small for me. In my personal opinion, it's too small for blush for me, but I swear it does it all. I also used it today to highlight my face. I used my Physicians Formula Miami Strip, my holy grail highlight. And I just highlighted the tops of my cheekbones.
Nice wings.
Thank you.
Hey, can you...
And it gave it such like a nice highlight. This is a very intense highlight on its own, but because of the way that the brush is tapered, you can either do a really light hand or a really heavy hand, and it applies the product so nicely. This one is $23.99. Okay, and last but not least, let's talk about the silver brushes, and these are the eye brushes, as you can tell. So this one right here is the 201 brush. This is their pointed crease brush. Now, at first I was like, what? How am I gonna... This is a very densely packed brush. The way that I have liked to use this since I got it, I really like using it to blend out like my concealer onto my eyes or my paint pots or anything like that. I used my Benefit Stay Don't Stray and I applied it to my eyes, and then I just kind of buffed this into my eye to kind of make everything look nice and seamless. And what I really like about this brush, I didn't think I would, but it gets perfectly underneath my eyebrows. Because it goes to a really nice point, you can get that perfect precision. You can get that perfect precision. You can get that perfect precision. Oh my gosh. You can get that perfect, precise application, which I really like. I also used this brush to highlight the inner parts of my eye, like my inner corner, because it does come to like a nice little point. This one retails for $15.99. This next one is it's called the 200 Oval Shadow Brush, and it's another favorite of mine. I love it for so many reasons. I love the shape of it. It's like a big... Think of like a flat shader brush, but like a big version and a fluffier version. So it's kind of different. You can use it for different things. So what I used it for today is I just got like my powder like my setting powder, and I dipped it into the powder and I applied it to my entire lid to set the like base I had put down before. And then I just grabbed my Physicians Formula like my same highlight, my face highlight, and I dipped it into the bronzier shades and I applied it to my entire lid. This is the perfect brush to put like a really quick wash of color. Not only can you pack on some color to the lid, but once you twist it on its side, because it is fluffy, it gets perfectly into the crease. So this is a perfect brush to apply something on the lid and then just grab it and put it right into your crease. It's not too dense or too harsh, you know, so it does a lot of things at once. And then I just dipped it into the lightest shade and used it as a brow bone highlight as well, because I love like kind of like fluffy brushes like this to highlight my brow bone. This also retails for $15.99. And then the last brush I will be talking about is this guy right here. This is the 202 angled liner brush. Now this one I love and I hate. Like, I have a love-hate relationship with this one. And I love it because it is tiny. This is so tiny that when I was doing my wing today, I feel like it was so incredibly easy to do my wing. I don't know about you guys, but it's so hard to do my wing, and most of the time I don't do it on camera because it's just hard to do. But this is so freaking small that I feel like it made such a thin little line, and it was really easy to do. The only thing it's not a love-hate relationship. The only thing I don't like is that it's really skinny, but it's not so like crisp paper thin that you can't get a very sharp wing look. As you can see, like, this is what my wing looks like right now. And even though I really like it, and I kind of like it like this, but if you want a super crisp, like you want the pointiest wings, this is not going to give it to you, because it is just not, like, it's not as thin as paper. This also retails for $15.99. Okay guys, so I hope this video wasn't too long, but I just wanted to give you like thorough information. On these products. I know a lot of people are going to complain about the price, and I absolutely agree with you 100%. They're pricey, but they are worth the money. I don't think every single one, you need to go buy every single one, but I highly recommend these two right here. Actually, I really like this brush a lot. I highly recommend these three right here. And if you're into cream contouring, this one's a fabuloso. Thank you guys for your constant support every single day and all the love that you give me. I appreciate it so much, and it makes this fun to do. So thank you so much. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.